All right, party people, party people, party people. This is Merle on the Move. Let's go ahead and get into the program. So, happy Saturday, because you know what it is. You know what it is. Great show last week. So, I'm going to go over what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to go over a lot of the topics and a lot of stuff going on in sports, a lot of stuff going on in the world. But first, let's go ahead and talk over last week's episode a little bit. Because very excited, very happy. Appreciate all the love and all the views and all the comments. Probably halfway through the show, I'm gonna read a few of the comments from people on my YouTube channel that commented on my subject matter last week. Not gonna get into it and go over it again. I haven't had any contact with anybody about that situation from the owner or the person that was involved. They would have commented on the YouTube channel. Maybe I could have reached out to them, but I didn't get any information. So anyway, I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over football, basketball. It's some UFC stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. So COVID is changing the landscape in entertainment. I'm going to tell you what's going on Saturday Night Live, everything. Just a lot of stuff going on. In political news, I'm going to go over Kamala Harris. Because if you watch the show, if you watch me on YouTube, you listen to the radio show at KHOI, then you know that I've been talking about Kamala Harris. And, I think my very first YouTube video I put out, I was talking about Charlamagne, the guy's TV show on Comedy Central, right? And then I kind of stopped talking about it. I stopped watching it. I think I watched like 2 episodes. I kind of stopped watching it. And he announced that he was Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris was going to be on there. So, of course, I wanted to check it out because I was asking, remember, where she's at? I ain't heard her doing nothing. So, I want to see what she had to say. I'm going to get into that. Because she went off on Charlamagne. I'm going to talk about that, how I feel about that. Was she right? Was she wrong? Was Charlamagne right or was he wrong? And it's headline news. It's on CNN. CNN is talking about it. So that's, and I've seen it. So also I'm going to talk about Drink Champs, how Rick Ross did an interview on Drink Champs. The guy up and walked out and never came back. I don't know if they did something to him. Talk about that. And, so we're going to get to that. And social political issues, of course, I'm talking about this variant, the Omicron. I did it on purpose, but they call it Omicron, but it's a Omicron. Talk about that. This is Merle on the Move. I got some music playing. Once again, I know a lot of people skip to what you want to hear, but I'm gonna talk about that. I went to another restaurant here in town today. I don't think I was treated right. I don't know if it's because of the COVID or I don't know. I'm gonna tell you about that too. Not gonna shame the restaurant, but I felt uncomfortable. I'm tired of feeling uncomfortable. It's Merle on the Move. I'll be right back and play a little music. I'm come back and get right into the sports. Jump to entertainment. Spider-Man. The Spider-Man movie came out too. I ain't seen it, but I'm talking about it because I know somebody that has seen it. So it's Merle on the Move. I'll be right back. You need a All right, let's go ahead and get back into it. What I want to talk about. Let's go into the sports real quick, and then we'll get into some entertainment. That was that French Montana right there. That French Montana with Sweetie and Doja Cat. Sweetie be putting some videos out. I don't know if y'all be checking on Sweetie, but she posting great videos. She dance, and they Lil Boosie posted something saying that something about her derriere being on point or so. I don't know. Boosie be saying some stuff. Boosie got some things going. He been sued and stuff because he started a fight or something. Because he wasn't happy with the money that he received. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into sports. So Tyron Woodley, who's from Ferguson, Missouri, he's from the Loop. He was a great UFC fighter. Pretty dominant. Him as a champion. He fought that Jake Paul kid and lost, the YouTube guy, and lost to him. So they're fighting again tonight. So I'll be checking that out tonight. Also, it's a big UFC fight going on again. So I forget the guy's name. So I love boxing. If you know me, I love boxing. Know how to box. Not saying I'm like knocking people out, but I have. Anyway, so that's going on. But let's talk about some sports. So you got the Indianapolis Colts playing New England Patriots right now, and the Colts are shutting the Patriots out. So shout out to the Colts. I used to like the Colts when Peyton Manning played there. My Rams. So the Omarion variant, Omicron, whatever it's called, has been changing the landscape. Now, this time last year, everybody was saying that everybody get vaccinated. We'll be past this corona, right? It'd be in the rear view. And no, every year, every winter, it's another variant, and people, and the country is shutting down. So now they're talking about moving because it's going to be the playoffs, so they're getting the last few games in. They're talking about moving the Rams to Tuesday. The Rams supposed to play tomorrow. And shout out to the Rams for winning last week. See, I told you every time the Cowboys win, shout out for the Cowboys winning. Every time the Cowboys win, the Rams win. Shout out for the Rams winning. Great game. We beat the Phoenix Cardinals, who we need to win, who was in first place in our division, that put us in number 4. Shout out to that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, they talk about having the Rams play on Tuesday because of this variant, right? Saturday Night Live. I'm getting the sports, but this variant is really pushing. So now Saturday Night Live is going to have no audience. It's coming on tonight. It's no audience, no live audience, and no musical guests. Paul Rudd is hosting. I love Paul Rudd. Funny guy. Great guy. Flipping the bass. Was that movie? I Love You, Man. Flipping the bass. That's dope. But yeah, now they're saying that yeah. So it's coming. It's a slow shutdown. What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? So anyway, so that's going on. NCAA basketball, college basketball is jumping. My man Deion Sanders got the number 2 high school prospect signed to a historical HBCU, historical black college, down in Jackson State. Shout out to Deion. I would love for my son to go play for Deion. It's Deion. It's prime time. Deion is more than a cornerback, a Hall of Fame cornerback. He's more than just a celebrity and the guy that talks real smooth and got style. Deion is a GOAT. He really played the game on the highest level. He's like Jordan in football. You know what I mean? He's that guy in football. Deion is Deion. I emulate Deion in some ways in my life. Deion is that dude. And for him to go to Jackson State, the historical black university, and bring a top, number 2 prospect, come on, man. He's going to do more than that. And I think it's a beautiful thing. See if we keep going. What else is going on in sports? Yeah, that's going on. I think baseball was locked out. I ain't heard nothing else about that. Baseball was on a lockout. He's locking the players out or something. So I don't know what's going on with that. So shout out Iowa State basketball. That's going to be dope. They have a great season. My man Daryl Bowie, my man hit me up last week on Snap. I'm shout out of my Snapchat. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? My apps are all weird and everything. Anyway, I can't wait for Iowa State basketball to really jump off, so I'm feeling that. It was something I was going to say about Dave Chappelle. I watched this interview. Oh, let's get into entertainment. So I watched this interview with Big Sean. Big Sean did an interview on Drink Champs with Nori and DJ EFN. And he was telling some stories about Dave Chappelle. He talked about Kanye, him in the relationship. And he also admitted that he never did sit down with Kanye to talk about his money situation. He kept saying, Kanye owed me money. That happened. I told you that not Drink Champs, I told you the 85 South show was doing an interview. All 3. Now, if you watch the 85 South show, rarely is all 3 of them there. Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, and DC Young Fly. Very rarely is all 3 of them there, okay? Usually it'd be DC and Carlos, or it'd be Carlos and some other guests, or Carlos and my man, I can't think of my man right now, light-skinned cat. It was on Last Comic Stand. I can't think of his name. Anyway, it's very rarely Chico and all of them are together. So they all together because it's a Rick Ross interview in Atlanta. They're doing an interview. And all of a sudden, Rick Ross say, hey, I got to go to the bathroom. I mean, they was talking. It was good. They had his bottles out there, his chips, his rap snacks and all that. They bigging him up. I didn't see where they went wrong. They was asking him some questions. Carlos was kind of quiet, but he was like feeling Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? Ross is doing his thing. Then all of a sudden, Rick Ross said he going to go to the bathroom. He had a Gucci jacket on. You know what I'm saying? This nice Gucci jacket on. And he like, I'm going to go to the bathroom, right? I'm going to go to the bathroom. Then I'm going to take this jacket off. I'll be right back. You get up, go to the bathroom. They ad-libbing. They doing the stuff that they do on Wildin' Out, doing the little sing-song things, you know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. I'm watching it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like taking a while. Producers walking by. I see Rick Ross walk by. Now, he didn't walk by and go to the couch. He walked by. So I'm thinking, okay, he's moving around, maybe make a phone call. He can come right back. All of a sudden, it's like 5-10 minutes go by. The producer of the 85 South show walk up to him, he having a talk, and I'm like, oh, it ain't looking good. All of a sudden, he tell him, hey, Rick Ross gone, he pulled off. He coming back. And they like clown him a little bit, like, why he say something? I mean, get a like, hey, I holler at you or something. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be a story behind that. While Rick Ross just pulled off on these cats while doing an interview. He didn't do that on Breakfast Club. He didn't do that on that Leisure. You know what I'm saying? You don't do it. How you gonna do that to the 85 South show? Then you gonna just pull off? It better be a big emergency. Because you doing an interview with Merle on the Move, and shout out to Rick Ross. Your stature is way above mine. I'm a peon when it comes to you in this atmosphere. You know what I mean? Not in life, because I'm a man just like you. But when it comes to, in this game, yeah, your statue is way higher than mine. But you still better not just dip out on no interview. You better say, hey, I got something to do. Don't send your people to tell me. Don't even send your people to tell my people. Real talk. Like, at least your people could have came to me. You send your people to tell my people that you up. That's disrespectful. How we gonna interact when we see each other again? I mean, ain't no beef. You don't owe me nothing. But we ain't gonna be on no cool vibes. Like, I'll douche you up and keep it moving. I ain't trying to holler at you no more. I ain't gonna be supporting your music. I ain't gonna be pushing your agenda if you play me like that. Because that's how I feel. I don't care what the situation was. You know what I'm saying? You could have still got to them people. You was right there sitting there saying, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, take my jacket off, and you want to come back? That's suspect, bro. So anyway, that happened to Rick Ross. Y'all can check that out. It's on YouTube. Another thing that happened, I told you about the Charlamagne. I told you I stopped watching the Guys Honest Truth Charlamagne because I'm not really a fan of Charlamagne. Let me clarify. I'm not a fan of Charlamagne, but I don't dislike Charlamagne. Like, I respect what he's doing in the business, and I just feel like since he's doing so much in the business with the book deals, the TV show, the podcast, with all the groups that he have and all the people he got on his podcast network, I think the man's got a lot going on. Plus, he probably got other things going on. I think the man's got so much going on that the radio show, The Breakfast Club, is on the back burner. Because when he's on the show, he doesn't sound like he's engaged. It sounds like he's stepping on people, like he's not really there. Like, you're not doing your work. You're not doing your due diligence to be on the show. You know what I mean? And it really aggravates me. Like, when I listen to it faithfully because I enjoy and I respect the show. But Charlamagne, when he be talking sometimes, bro, it's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I be wanting to say, just be quiet, dude. Like, if you ain't got nothing to say towards what they talking about, just don't. Like, you drag it down sometimes, I still like your perspective, you know what I mean? And it's your point. But anyway, getting back to what I'm talking about. So on his show, I stopped watching his show, and heard he was having Kamala Harris on, the vice president. And so she was on there, he talking to her, you know what I'm saying? Now this is Charlamagne's views. Now, this is what he said. He said, is Joe Manchin, they was talking about the Build Back Better plan. And the one thing, Kamala Harris was not talking about any answers. She was saying the same rhetoric she was saying on the campaign trail. She hadn't changed nothing. Nothing was different. Like, I didn't hear her say anything. She was talking about the Build Back Better plan, talking about Joe Biden's plan. What are you doing, Madam Vice President? What are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? Now, Charlamagne kind of asked some of those questions, but not really. But this is what got him going. He asked Vice President Kamala Harris, because he was talking about Joe Manchin. Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia is slowing down the progress from the Democrats. The Democrats don't have a united front because Joe Manchin and Christian Sinema, I believe, from Phoenix, is slowing down the process. They're not on board with some of the things that Democrats want done. So Charlamagne, being, a wise guy, came at her, and said, who's the real president, Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? And yeah, you can ask a normal person that, like a Sam Jackson or, just a normal person, there's this in the media. You can ask them that. But you don't ask the vice president. You didn't respect her authority. Yeah, you talking to her on your show and, she's a human just like you. You know what I'm saying? You feel comfortable because you interviewed her before. You think she is, she's just a normal person. She ain't all uppity, right? So you feel comfortable to ask, you feel relaxed enough to ask the vice president, current, not even former, current vice president who works under Joe Biden, who's the real president? Who's really running the country? Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? Now, I get where Charlamagne said that, but the goal of not respecting her office. See, my mama taught me. See, I give people respect. My elders, I say yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I don't have an ego to where I feel like if I say yes, ma'am, yes, sir to somebody, that they're over me or they're better than me or they're in charge of me. No, to me, it's showing respect. I'm younger than them. See, because with age comes experience and knowledge. I know a whole lot more now at the age I am now than I did years ago. Hopefully, everybody does. Otherwise, you're just stuck on stupid. You know what I mean? So, but him to ask that question that way, that kind of question, was disrespectful. And Kamala Harris let him have it. She came at him. You know what I mean? And now when he asked the question, the lady tried to, one of the mediators, I guess, that helped him get the interview and the go-between person between Kamala Harris and Charlamagne to help get him the interview. She tried to save Charlamagne because he asked the question and the audio was kind of messed up. And so the lady jumped in and said, hey, we got to go. We got other stuff to do. She tried to save Charlamagne, right? And Charlamagne kept on, what, no, what you can't read, woo. And Kamala said, I can hear you. And she went on and he asked the same, and instead of him letting that go, he asked the same thing again, and she let him have it. And she was right for letting him have it. She had to do that. She had to put him in place. You know what I mean? And she did that. And at the end, he gonna say, oh, that's the Kamala Harris I like. That's the one I want to see. Yeah, I get it. But not on that issue. We want to see her fight on the issues we need. Go at Joe Manchin. I mean, get at it. She's had to having talks, man. I keep telling you, I said this last week on the show, the Democrats want to act like they want to help. That's why she came on the show. She didn't come on the show. She didn't come on Charlamagne's show and tell us nothing different. I didn't learn nothing. Oh, man, they did that? Oh, okay, I'm excited. It's something finna happen. Some change finna happen. They got the George Floyd Policing Act passed? Oh, no, they didn't. Oh, they got the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed? Oh, no, they didn't do that. Then what are you talking about, Kamala? What are you talking about? You talking about the Build Back Better plan. What? Okay. What are you doing specifically for black people? Specifically. Why can't, you specifically want our votes. You specifically come to the black community and pimp and pander for black people to get our votes. Then when you get in office, you ain't doing nothing for us. Specifically. To help the black community because you know what happened to black people. You know the position that black people are in, especially during this pandemic. You got so many people not believing in it. So anyway, I'm supposed to be entertainment. I'm talking about politics. Let me go ahead and finish up this entertainment, then I'm going to start music. Entertainment, Spider-Man. Talk about the Spider-Man movie. And so anyway, my daughter went and saw it. I haven't seen it yet. She told me they wasn't seeing it down in the Ankeny at the 4D Complex movie theater. She said 4D wasn't worth it. She said the movie was great. Great movie. Great movie. She said she'll watch it again, so we might go see it tomorrow. She said she was a great movie. The movie storyline, great. Jamie Foxx is in the movie, you didn't know. But she said, it didn't have to be in 4D. The 4D kind of didn't add to the movie, is what she's saying. So I'm definitely going to check that out. 50 Cent show, Raising Kanan. Is it Raising Kanan? Not Raising Kanan. Power Book 2. That's still going on. I checked it out. It's great episodes. Seen a great episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm last week. Great episode. Y'all should check that out if you get a chance. Loving it. What else is going on? I watched that episode, the different strokes with Kevin Hart. I talked about that last week. Anyway, I watched that. That was pretty funny to me. I enjoyed it. All right. When I come back, it's almost the 9:30 hour. So when I come back, I'm playing another song. When I come back, I'm going to get into what I talked about last week a little bit, just touch on it a little bit. And then I'm going to go over some of the comments on my YouTube page on that video. And, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the video, very grateful that it was received positively because that was my intention. My intention was to try, and I'm here for everybody, not just that situation. My job, I feel, my position, is to bring light to situation, to also come together, you know what I mean? Problem solving, not just air out drama. I don't just do gossip, you know what I mean? I'll tell you what's going on, then I'll give you my perspective on how we can fix it, how we can solve this. Or if this is some crappy crap, I'll just tell you, hey, to me, that's crappy crap. Push that to the side. I mean, misery loves company. Don't live in misery. Misery loves company. There's a lot of people that are miserable, and they'll try to throw their baggage on you. See, I got my own things, my own misery, my own problems, and my own emotional things I go through. It's hard for me to carry my own load, let alone somebody coming to add on to my load with their own problem. Don't dump on me. I'm not going to dump my stuff on you. I'm going to deal through it, rifle through it, you know what I mean? I'm not going to dump my problems on you. That's a flaw in humanity. When people decide that, hey, I'm not doing good, so I'm finna go disrupt this person's peace and this person's happiness with my problems. It's not good. Anyway, when I come back, we're gonna go over that. What I told you, the message is gonna talk about this Amaran, whatever it's called. Y'all know what it is. Talk about that when I come back. Small and more. All right, party people. I'm back here live on the air. I'm gonna hit my microphone. Let's go ahead and get into what I'm going to talk about here as far as music and my video last week. So let's get it popped up. So last week I posted a video on YouTube and from the show, and a lot of people checked it out. It was going viral. It was moving some numbers for a minute though. Anyway, so check it out. So a few people commented on it, and then I wanted to try to get to it. So let's start off with Jody. So Jody said, "I really appreciate the perspective. It challenged and helped my understanding of the conversation." And they said thank you. So yeah, I appreciate that. Aaron also said, it's another person that commented, said, "I hope both parties come on. Would like to know both sides of the story, and kudos for you offering a platform." So I thought that was dope. Lori said a friend and them made at the restaurant something. A lot of people, it was cool. Another person said, "I appreciate your perspective and your willingness to offer a table." So it's dope. I like the interaction, you know what I mean, and people coming up with different perspectives and stuff like that. So I thought that's pretty dope. Also, I wanted to say in sports, Michelle Tafoya. If you don't know who Michelle Tafoya is, she's a sideline reporter. She's been working for NBC doing like the NFL. I think she's doing NBA also. But I know she covers a lot of the NBC Sunday Night Football programs and stuff like that. And she was let go. She was hosting. Now, I actually watched this happen because, I'm a big fan of The View TV show. My plans one day, aspirations to be a guest on The View, co-host or something. But she was on there co-hosting, Michelle Tafoya. And I'd had no problems with her before I seen her on this episode. Michelle Tafoya, I know she do the interview. But she was on the View, and they was talking about Colin Kaepernick. This is when Colin Kaepernick had this TV show, this series on Netflix. I think it's still out there, but it's when it first came out. And I talked about that, and I thought it was very great. Michelle Tafoya took a whole nother stance on the Colin Kaepernick thing. She's close to it because she's, I'm sure, interviewed him, being a sideline reporter of NBC. And she was on a whole nother side of the fence. Her stance on I screenshotted some of the interview, but I don't feel like reading it right now. You can check it out if you want. Just Google Michelle Tafoya. But yeah, like her stance on the COVID thing, her stance on masking. It's like, really? Like, Michelle, you really on that? So NBC let her go. I'm not saying it's funny, but you shouldn't be on TV. If your view is counterintuitive, great word, huh? Counterintuitive, then you should not be a messenger to anything. You can have that opinion, you can have that prospect in life or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You can do that on your own, but you cannot be the voice of something or someone if it doesn't fit the current narrative. You know what I mean? It's just don't, because you leading people down the wrong path. So they say in January 2024, when the next election is, whenever next election cycle is in 2024, that the FBI is warning that it could be some uprising, some civil unrest, because they believe that a lot of people, if Trump don't become president, a lot of people that's for Trump will try to overthrow the government again. They got Mark Meadows, who was Trump's special advisor or press secretary, something like that. He was high up in his administration. He's trying to get him, they subpoenaed him to testify, and they don't put a warrant out for him because he refused to do it. They loyal to this man, you know what I mean? They ask questions, right? What do you respect more, loyalty or respect? To me, my answer is you can't have loyalty if you're not respected. If a person don't respect you, they're not going to be loyal to you. So you can't have loyalty without respect. So respect should come first. Some people say, well, I respect you, but You know, I'm gonna have to do you in. I'm gonna do you dirty. Even though I respect you, I'm gonna do you dirty. Or I respect you. I don't mean to do you dirty. No, you didn't respect me. You're talking on both sides of your neck. You can't say you respect me while doing me dirty, or you can't say you respect me but I did you dirty. And you can't say I'm loyal to you but I don't respect you. I'm loyal to you but I hate you. That means you just waiting for the chance to get at me. You just it's a fear or it's something stopping you from getting at me. You loyal, but you don't respect me. You can't have one without the other. You can't have sugar and then not be sweet. Because all sugar is sweet. So if I want you to be loyal, you got to respect me. If I want you to respect me, then the loyalty, if you respect me, then the loyalty will come. And that's what Trump got. Trump got people that respect him. And that because they respect him, they loyal to him. The Democrats ain't. I can't name one Democrat I respect. I like Obama. I can't name one Republican either, though. Don't get it twisted. I ain't saying that. So that's how that goes, man. That's how it goes. So let's talk about the COVID test. So now I know a personal person right now. I hope they get better. They're sick right now. I don't know if it's COVID, but if you get the sniffles, if you don't feel good, are you taking the COVID test? Are you testing yourself? Are you getting the kits? Because they're saying they're doing false positives, false negatives, and all the other stuff. Now, I've got the COVID test. I went to the doctor, not hospital. I went to the doctor's office and got the cotton swab. That didn't feel good. I was nervous about it. It was a few seconds. I don't want to get it done again. But if I was not feeling good, if I was feeling ill, I would definitely take the test to see if I had COVID because I don't want to be out and about or acting like I don't. Now, speaking of that, I got 3 shots, and within less than a year, think about that. I got my first vaccination in April. And then I got the second one, and then I got the booster. I got 3 shots within a year. I don't plan on getting no more shots, but they say it's not going away. I was talking to my other daughter earlier, and she said she gonna keep getting them. I don't feel my other daughter, she don't feel like it. I don't feel like it either. I think I'm doing my part. I done got 3 vaccinations in less than a year. I don't want to keep getting vaccinated. It's not. And I've never had a flu shot. I've never had a flu shot, ever, ever, ever. I don't think I've ever had the flu either. So it ain't like I'm just some dude that's want to just stick it in my arm. I'll take it. No, I don't. I don't like needles. I cringe every time. It don't hurt. When I got the shot, it didn't hurt at all. But I thought it was going to hurt. The anticipation was hurting. The anticipation of that needle coming to my arm was hurting me. I was like, eh. Then it didn't hurt. So I don't know. But I'm not a guinea pig. You're not going, because they don't know. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to fix it. They don't know how to beat this variant. Delta, they saying that Delta is the one that's embodying you, that's knocking people out, that's taking them out. But this whatever it's called, I'm not trying to make light of it, but Omicron, it's hard to say these stuff, these Greek letters, whatever it is, alphabet. It's super contagious. It's saying that's going to be the one that makes everybody sick. All right? But the Delta is the one that's knocking people out. But the people that's getting sick from this other one is like the people that's not vaccinated. But even the vaccinated people can get sick, but not as sick. So it's like so then people that's not vaccinated, they say, well, why should I get vaccinated if I can still get sick? So you're saying if I get vaccinated, I can still get sick? So why should I get vaccinated? Because you won't die probably. That's what they're saying. If you believe that part, if you believe, well, if you get vaccinated, you can still get sick, so why you're vaccinated, then you should believe the other part, because the other part is that if you do get vaccinated, the chances of you getting very ill are less. That's why you should get vaccinated. That's why I did it, because I don't want to feel sick. I hate feeling bad. I want to be upbeat and happy all the time. It's possible. It's not a thing. It's impossible to be happy all the time. But that's my goal. Who wants to be sad and miserable? Who wants to be sick, body aching, fevers, chills, scared, anxiety, thinking that, hey, I might die. Like, can I get better? Hard to breathe. I don't want to go through none of that. I've seen these people in the hospital and stuff when they get that COVID, their eyes open, but it's like they're in a sleep state. Ventilator down their throat. I don't want to be like that. So I'm gonna take this shot. I'll take that shot and pray, knock on some wood, that don't happen to me. And I pray that don't happen to nobody you love or nobody you care about. I care about everybody. I care about humans. I'm not a selfish individual. I might be selfish when it comes to things, but I'm not a selfish when it comes to looking out for people and looking out for humanity and seeing the good in other people. I got plenty of that. You know what I mean? So, anything else going on? Yeah, I don't know. COVID tests, I think you should get them. You should take them. And yeah. So I'm gonna play another song or two. I'm gonna come back and say a few more things. I'm probably cut out next week. Can you believe this? Christmas. Christmas is coming. It's next Saturday. Next Saturday. Will I be here in the studio on Christmas? Maybe. Maybe I will. I'm not sure. I'm supposed to be going home to see my mama. The weather's good, but they saying don't travel. There's this variant. You know, I don't want to drive home by myself. And, you know, the snow is coming. It's got to come. It's been so great. This weather's been great, except Wednesday was crazy. And, you know, our condolences again to the people that hit by that bad weather down south and in southern Illinois, Kentucky, and all those places. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it home this Christmas. So, but hopefully I can. And if not, I may be here in the studio doing the show again because, you know, I got some subscribers. You know, they subbing the channel. Subscribing to the channel, so getting this content out there. Anyway, I'm playing another song. When I come back, you know who's coming on next, Chuck D and It Don't Stop. So y'all stay tuned. It's Rolling the Move, and yeah, I'll be right back.